Hey guys, welcome to the stream. Okay, I guess we're gonna start now. Let's see who's joining us. Write down in the chat from where you are watching, from which country. Okay, so what a week it was for cryptocurrencies. A lot has happened in this past week. We noticed that most of the market was basically down for the week, and last time in our last live stream, we spoke about a potential market correction, and we didn't take into account any news that was happening in the market, and nothing honestly happened. It was pure, as they call it, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So it was pure FUD, and we're gonna see that, and we're gonna see how usually the market corrects. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Rudy Ferris. I'm basically an equity trader, and I worked as a portfolio manager with many family offices. And right now I am consulting in fintech, and I work with CryptoTicker as an analyst. So let's start by checking out coin market cap to see the top cryptocurrencies and what happened specifically with those coins. Hey guys, Lebanon, Romania, that's awesome, guys. Okay, so right here we can see coin market cap. Let me adjust my screen. Okay, perfect. So I usually use coin market cap to check the top 10 and what's happening in the markets. And we can notice that mostly the cryptocurrency market is down for the week. Okay, we can notice that Bitcoin dropped down to 55% to 55,000 after it was around 60,000. We can see that Ethereum dropped from 2,500, an all-time high, all the way back to 2,180. Binance coin is kind of stable. Ripple dropped a lot after it reached like around 1.8. That there is a stable coin, but there's a major contender in the top 10, which is basically Dogecoin. It's up in the past week by 370%. It almost also broke the 40 cents level, and this is crazy, and we're going to talk about that as well later on. We can see that Cardano dropped, so mostly all the coins dropped in this past week, and basically there's nothing wrong with that. It just comes after a major uptrend, and whenever prices soar higher than the averages, what happens is that buyers wait for a better price to come in, and sellers push the prices down by selling, and this is when prices average out. And we can see clearly that in a, we're going to see that when we plot all the technical analysis and the chartings, okay? Yeah, exactly. We have to think long-term, Charles. That's exactly it. We can start. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to say is that in last week's live stream, we saw that the market cap was around 2.1 trillion, okay? So the market moved down by 100 billion. It's still above 2 trillion, and that is crazy. Okay, and if we look at BTC's dominance, it sits at 51%, which is very low. It was previously around 60%. And Bitcoin's market cap is around 1 billion, so 1 trillion. So Bitcoin is around 1 trillion, and the whole market is 2 trillion, and hence this 50% dominance. If you look closely at this dominance, how it was decreasing in this past, the past few months, we can notice that many altcoins are taking advantage of this uptrend and having new heights way better than Bitcoin, better returns, if you may say. Okay, here we can clearly see the market cap of the whole cryptocurrency market, and Bitcoin's price honestly follows the same pattern. This is where the 2017-2018 crash happened, and then it went way down, but it consolidated for for like 2 years. And then in 2020, after the COVID crash, this is where the COVID crash happened in around March 2020. And then everything started to go way up. Everyone is home. Everyone is buying digital currencies. It's making headlines. There's new usage for and new industries that are being built on top of blockchains. Okay. If I go back now and let's delve deeper into each cryptocurrency, I'm going to start with Bitcoin. Okay. And later on, I'm going to look for other cryptocurrencies. I'm going to do Bitcoin, Ether, and then Binance Coin. Let's see here. We at Crypto Ticker use TradingView for charting. It's honestly one of the best trading platforms for charting. Specifically, I'm gonna go to Bitcoin. We're gonna open the advanced feature. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with this charting software. Okay. Now, the first thing that I noticed after I opened this chart, after I look directly at it, okay, I can see that it is an uptrend, right? Now, can someone tell me where the red crash is happening? If we can zoom in on this specific section right here, this is all the talk that's happening right now. This is the crash that everyone is talking about, right? And this is nothing compared to the overall uptrend of Bitcoin, right? Now, of course, you might say that this is the daily chart. We're not zooming in to see the clear difference that's happening in the market. So let's zoom in and try to understand exactly what's happening. Now, if I just bring prices back to its normal, okay. So Bitcoin reached a price of 64,500. This is like my top. And I can notice that it kind of was reaching that same price before, around March 21, 1 month previously. Okay, and let me hide those. Perfect. And I can clearly notice that the price of Bitcoin, it did fell from an all-time high, but at the same time, if I zoom out a bit and go to the one-day chart, I can notice here that it is still on an uptrend, right? So before Bitcoin managed to reach this area here, okay, if I plot this exact line, okay, and this basically, I don't want people to say that, it's all only about lines. So I look at the line and I buy every time prices touches it. It's not like that, but they all only help us to determine where to enter. It's just an indicator of how I can enter the market. So Bitcoin was rising way up, okay, and a correction was much needed at that time. And what's happening now is only prices are correcting back to the average, going back to this line. Now, I cannot say that this is a crash yet. I need to see further correction below this line, and then I can maybe start saying that, oh, this is a crash, and maybe I should start looking into selling and buying at a better price. Because if I sell right here, okay, prices may continue on their uptrend now. Now, how can I do this? Let's talk about a setting, right? Some strategies. I can directly, when I see this price, because this area is very important. Let's zoom in on this 55,000 price. Let's see how many times the price rebounded from this area. So this is the first time it kind of broke through, but then it corrected back down below the 55,000 price. And then it reached it again. It broke it, but then it became a resistance right here. Again, it's hovering on average around 55,000, and then it went all the way back up, and then it's back to this 55,000 area. So for me, as a trader, I can say that this is a very important price area. This is basically, for me, a strong buy point. Okay, I'm not sure who's following me right now. You can say in the chat if this makes sense. One of those settings that we can do is basically buy around this area here. Okay, and then let me place this buy area. Yeah, so John is asking if this is a sell or a buy, right? Sell or buy. This is a good question. So because the line reached this uptrend, this uptrend line, I can say that most probably prices should adjust. This is the first thing. Prices should adjust around here, but at the same time, I should always place a stop loss order for me as a trader. Place it around, let's say 50,000. Okay, just in case there's a crash, but I don't think so. So far, I don't think there's a market crash, John. So I think that what we can do is buy around here and then expect prices to maybe adjust below 55, but on the long run they should continue up. So this is the market crash that people are talking about. Do you guys think that this is really a market crash? I personally don't think so. This is just a normal market correction. Let's look at past corrections. This is one here. This is another one right here. And those all represent strong, exactly. Institutional adoption will never let prices go down. This is not in their interest. Charles said something really important, that now we are in this institutional field where you have big corporations buying a lot of cryptocurrencies. Specifically, they are buying Bitcoin and Ether. Now, you have many hedge funds that are maybe into other altcoins, but those are the most important ones. Institutional adoption is playing a big role in this. So for Bitcoin, I think it is clear. We can place a buy order right here or another one around the 50,000 mark, but this is not a crash, guys. Again, let me go zoom in on the 2 hours chart. And we can see that this represents the price crash that happened. It only went from the all-time high back to a strong support level. Okay, in the stock market, it is normal to say that this is a crash. They say that whenever you have double-digit red days, like 10% or higher, this is a market crash. But for cryptocurrencies, we are seeing like 20, 30, or even 50% up growth in prices. So whenever we have minus 20%, it's really normal for us to say that this is just a market adjustment. And again, if we zoom out, the importance of zooming out and thinking long-term, like Charles just said, think long-term, I think this is really important. And this is, for me, honestly, a very good opportunity to buy and to buy some more Bitcoins or even some other altcoins. Let's go to Ether and check the price of Ether. Ether USD. Here it is. Okay, it's the same basically. It's crazy how prices just go to their all-time highs, but go back to a very strong support level. And this is very, very good for day traders, by the way. For people who are buying only for the long term, I think that just buy and hold and just forget. Don't get into the drama of people talking, oh, the market is down and now the market is up. Just buy and forget about them. This is what most people did when they bought around $10,000 or $15,000 when back in 2017. Prices reached 20,000, but went to a low of $3,000. But those people who held their Bitcoins now are very happy about it, reaching a price of 60,000, right? So let's see for now something, Taha is saying something really funny. Sell everything and buy Doge, guys. I'm not sure about that, buddy. Maybe you can buy some and diversify if you're into risk, right? But this is funny, dude. Okay, so for Ether now, let's just check Ether really quick. It reached a high of 2,500, this price, but went back to its support level. So whenever I see that this price, this behavior, this is an automatic buy for me. This is an automatic buy. For everyone who is on the fence of buying, This is a great opportunity for us to buy. Okay, so for people saw the price hovering around 2000 for an extended period of time, right? From April, like the beginning of April, all the way till 20th of April, the price was always around 2000. Let me show this here. This was a very good buying area. Why? Because prices went all the way to 2500. And if you want to see the performance of that, you go to the price range. Here we go. This is an easy 20%, 23%. Okay, the prices went from 2000 to 2500 within what? 1 week. And then what happened? Prices went back to this area. Would you buy here? Because we just saw that prices rebounded. They didn't even break this $2,050 price resistance. It rebounded back up, went back down here, and now I think it should go back up. Now let's see. For me, I always like to plot the Fibonacci retracement in order to correctly assess where prices might be headed. Again, guys, technical is not 100% technical analysis. I should always be cautious about fundamentals like news that's happening. Sometimes, yes, many snowball effects happening in the market when people start selling heavily, and then we see many people fearing for losses, so they start selling everywhere. So the Fibonacci retracement right here, let me go to that. Here we go. So I just saw that prices did this behavior. It did exactly as the Fibonacci retracement was saying. Let's check the 38.2 price level. So when prices went from 2,500 all the way to $2,000, a rebound happened here. I could have plotted the Fibonacci retracement. I should have expected prices to rebound all the way back to 38%. So that was a correct buy. Even prices went all the way to the 50% level, okay, which is the 2,280. And then it went a bit back down, okay, back to this, again, $2,000 price mark. And then it went all the way back. So I expect that prices should definitely adjust, or at least for the short term consolidate around, let me say, between 2,000 and 2,200. Unless the buyers see this major opportunity, and they would definitely come back. So I can plot like that. And for me, this is my uptrend, my expected uptrend, okay? So if I zoom back here, let me go to the 1 hour. Perfect. Now I can see a clear uptrend that is starting to form. For people who want to come in, to buy in, they can buy around 2,200 for Ether and set a stop loss right maybe below $2,000 around here. Okay, but their price target should definitely be 2,500 because that was an already a price that already Ether reached. Okay, so yeah, this is for Ether. I think again, let's recap. Bitcoin, Ether, all the markets should rebound from this major correction because there was no fundamental behind it. Now there were many rumors, by the way, like in the US, they were stopping companies who are dealing in cryptocurrencies, and they turned out to be doing money laundering. But I don't think that was a correct story, and many people went to Twitter and refuted these stories. There was maybe the Turkey crypto ban. In Turkey, they banned cryptocurrencies, but again, you cannot ban a cryptocurrency, something that is online. Okay, maybe when they ban it, what happens is the financial institutions, they stop dealing with cryptocurrencies. Now, how can they do that? When you want to go to your bank and tell your bank, please, hey, wire me to this crypto exchange, they might tell you, hey, we cannot do that. That's the only thing that might happen. Other than that, I don't think how they can ban something on the internet. Right? So I don't think the ban affected that much. Maybe it was a snowball effect again, but prices should definitely recover. We have Mino asking, what is a good trading platform? Is eToro good? Now we have to be careful about CFDs, where they only try to let people buy cryptocurrencies without actually owning the cryptocurrency. But if you are into leveraged trading, you can definitely do that. We here at CryptoTicker, we have many companies that we deal with. And I think that I can link them in the description down below. So maybe you can have a solid broker, because many brokers, honestly, they don't do justice. There are many price slippage, a lot of latency when you use the platform. We here at CryptoTicker at the website, I'm going to link the website down below, so you can go and check out our broker review. Okay, let me do that. Maybe someone from the chat can do that. Awesome. Okay, that was for Ether. Let's go to the hype, the main hype, guys. Ripple. Ripple made a big boom in this past week, in this past month, honestly. And we can see that prices didn't erase all the gains. So people who bought under $1 benefited a lot from this uptrend. There are many factors that contributed to prices going that high and that low. Mainly for the highs, I can talk about the SEC, where the Ripple company managed to get some files that would help them into winning the case. And the outcomes of the lawsuit is, we have two outcomes, right? So the first one is to settle. They would pay an amount to settle. And the second outcome is that they would win, right? So in both cases, there's nothing wrong with what's happening. And there's a precedent in this case. There's another company called EOS, a blockchain company, and the SEC did the same game with them. They had a lawsuit for them, and EOS ended up by settling, and right now they're still operating normally. So for Ripple company, when news started to flood that they are winning and they got a hold of important documents, we can notice that prices just like started to skyrocket. They first managed to break the $1 price and then hover around 90 cents. And I have a previous article that predicted another high for Ripple right around here. Let me just plot those important areas for us to see. So we have the first one is around 70 cents where prices were before. And then we have the 90 cents, right? The consolidation right below the $1. I don't think the $1 is an important price area. It's either 90, either above it. And this is where prices retraced several times. And then we have this other, let me check here. This is the high that it reached right below $2, almost. Okay, so I'm gonna go with 1.95. And right now we are on a correction phase. And this correction is, again, in tandem with the whole market. Let's plot the retracements. So from my 1.95 all the way to 1.17. Prices are expected to go back to 1.24. Let me show this in a much clearer way. Now, if you notice that we have a price of 1.9 for Ripple, and it managed to adjust all the way back to 1.17. And if I am a trader today and I'm looking at this chart, I can easily place a buy order right around 1.2 or 1.3, even around this price area, and set a target all the way to, I don't know, to the moon, maybe not. Definitely to $2 if you are a trader. If you are someone who is looking to buy for the long term, you can definitely hold. But in case prices fall back below $1, I think it's a bit risky. And it all has to do with how the company progressed in the lawsuit, by the way, and what happened, of course, with the community, with the whole community. So again, let's recap for Ripple. We can definitely buy around this area, the 1.3 area. But you should definitely be on the lookout for any continuation of the downtrend, which started around 1.9. If it continues below the $1, this is a very risky area, and it's better to just liquidate and just catch the prices, the lower prices. Okay, this is for Ripple. Now I'm gonna check. Let's check Binance Coin. For the people who are watching, guys, if you have any recommendation, any altcoin that you want to see, to ask about, feel free in the comment chat. I'm looking at that. Let's see, BNB. Binance Coin is an interesting one. Now we all know that Binance Coin, okay, is an important project. Like, love it or hate it, because it's a centralized company. The project is doing really well. They have like one of the biggest exchanges in the world for cryptocurrencies. They have many how to call it, advances in their technology. They have the Binance Smart Chain. They have staking on their platform. They have many options. So there's no excuse for the company not to break through, right? Okay, so for Binance Coin, it was mostly going on an uptrend, unstoppable uptrend, right? If you just scroll back, you would see that it's only going on an uptrend. So if I'm looking at this uptrend, personally as a trader, I would first just plot the trend line just to get a picture of what's happening. Now the 1 hour is a bit too low. I'm going to go to 3 hours maybe. Perfect. So that was the new uptrend that was happening for Binance Coin. And I can notice that there was a breakthrough downwards from this uptrend. And this is where I expect corrections, right? So after this breakthrough, I would definitely look at the next resistance. Okay, sorry, support. I look at this resistance. For me as a trader, if I look here, I can spot this price 417 or around it. It's never like 417 only, like exactly. It's always around those price areas. That's why I always say price areas. I would place my buy orders around here and just look at prices, how they. Now you might say that, hey, prices didn't even reach 417. I placed my order around here, but it didn't take it. It's fine, it happens. No one can definitely know everything in the market. So that's why I think we need to always be on the lookout for what's happening. Now for Binance Coin, I would definitely say it's a bit hard to say that. I don't think we can place a buy order right now. It's right in the middle of this of a support and the resistance. I would suggest to wait. Even if you waited till prices reach $600, you would wait for prices to break through the $600 price area and then place a buy order around here with a stop loss of around 580. And if prices continue on their uptrend, it's perfect. If you would say, hey, I missed like $70 from 530 to 600, it's fine. It's always fine. You always must have confirmations for everything. Okay. So if I extend this one like that, I can definitely notice that prices might consolidate on the short term. Okay. We might have price consolidation for around maybe from now to the end of the month even. Because if we look at what happens ever since April 20, right, or 21, nothing much happened. We went on an uptrend and then another downtrend. We should always look for confirmations, especially for this case. I would definitely recommend to wait to see, like, if prices reach and breach the 606 or 600 price area, you should definitely go for a buy, especially for what? Because Binance market cap, let's look at the market cap of Binance quickly. This is coin market cap. Perfect. Let's stop here. So for Binance, they have a massive market cap of $81 billion. Okay. And if we compare that to Ethereum, they have a market cap of 250 currently. For Binance to double in prices, so now they have a price of 530. For them to have a rough price of $1,000, the market cap would double to 160 billion. Is this normal, or is this rational? I think yes, because they have many users, and they are always like they are one of the biggest in this industry. So I think that prices can easily double, but of course not in the short term, especially that we have market corrections right now and everything is in the red. Okay. Very good. That was for Binance Coin. Now, if anyone has any question in the chat about any, I don't know, altcoin or anything, let's take some requests. I'm open to take any request and do some analysis. Like you can ask me, hey, what do you think about this coin or that coin? Or I don't know. We can definitely do some analysis. But meanwhile, I'm going to just jump quickly to our website, Crypto Ticker, where we basically write really informative articles. And I'm going to just jump on something that someone in the chat suggested. They were talking about Dogecoin, right? Taha was saying that Doge is a store of value than Bitcoin. That was obviously a joke. Thanks, man. But if someone is looking for alternatives or for projects that didn't yet break through. That was a really nice article wrote, and they suggested like similar projects like Dogecoin, and the projects are basically about dog breeds. We have SHIB, that's the Shiba Inu cryptocurrency. We have the Akita Inu, which is another dog breed, which is very funny. Honestly, there are many opportunities in the market, many projects that are popping up recently. But you must always take into consideration what's backing the cryptocurrency. It's never only about, hey, this coin is making a lot of growth recently, right? It's not only about that. It's what's the technology that's behind it, and the developers, and all the users, and the community. Okay, like today we have. It's not like for Bitcoin, it is a well-established coin today. It's not only about the community. There's like institutional buying today. But for those small ones, you must look out for those specific things: developers, community, and the project. Okay. The last thing that I would do is basically go to. There's something that I've been getting many requests to see those top performing altcoins, and if I just go to CoinMarketCap and filter by day, I can see the top one. Like today, the top one was doing 20%, 22%, which is Cello and Monero. Monero is a really good project. For me, I wrote an article on Monero back in 2020. No, 2021, the beginning. Like it was December to 2020 and 2021 Jan, where I wrote about Monero, saying that prices will definitely go up and they will reach the $400 price mark. And here we are today. Let's open Monero. It is a really cool project for me. Like I like their anonymity. They offer pure anonymity, unlike other cryptocurrencies where they are traceable, and you can always look at the wallets. So this is the price chart. It's basically going back to its all-time high. Before I spoke about it, it was around here maybe. Yeah. So today, if we zoom in, let's look at the past 3 months. It's on a pure uptrend, the demand for anonymity when sending value is increasing. So I think that it is a very good project to invest in. Monero is definitely on my list. It's not something to. It will not give you like 1,000% return, but definitely it will be a good addition to your portfolio. Okay. Now, if I go to my, I wrote an article about the top cryptocurrencies to buy in April, and let's see the performance of those coins. Most of them, by the way, are in the greens. Let's see where it is. Here it is. I wrote about the top 5 altcoins to buy. The first one was Perpetual Protocol, PERP. Its previous price was sitting around 7.6. Today, PERP is okay. 5. Now this is one of those coins that fell. Very good. And it fell with the market correction. The coin was basically around here. April, around here. It didn't break through much yet. And I think this is a good indicator, because when the whole market is going down and the coin didn't yet break through, I think that there's still some hidden potential. And the prices just fell in tandem with the market correction. This is a good indication, I think. The other coin is hot. Let's check hot. Great. Hot is an interesting project as well. And that's why you should always look at the projects behind each cryptocurrency. You cannot always say that, hey, this project is doing wonders or whatever. So hot was around a really, really, really low price. And if I zoom in, I can see it was like 0.002. And it reached a high of around 0.02. And ever since, it's just adjusting and getting ready to break through again. Now we are at a very important price level, which is the 0.016, this area right here. And after prices reach here and the the cryptocurrency market adjusts back up, I think it should break through again. We have Anchor, Decentraland, Mana, and Syntropy. Now, those coins are really good as well. I advise you guys to read this article because there's many projects that are always on the lookout. And yeah, I think that's it for today's stream. I think we're going to do another one this weekend where we basically do a market wrap and look at all the cryptocurrencies, what happened throughout this week after the crash. We're going to talk about the recovery of cryptocurrencies. And we're going to just see what happened in this week and try to project what we can do. But just to recap what we talked about today, the most important thing to bear in mind is we cannot say that there's a market correction or the market is crashing. This word is very negative, and it implies that there's chaos and everyone is selling and the project like cryptocurrencies are not a good investment anymore. That's not correct. This is a great opportunity to get into any coin that you were thinking of buying. Most coins in the past 7 days are in the red. But if we look at today, for example, we had an interesting comebacks. Monero, for example, went 28%, and coins are starting to turn around and be in the greens again. We have Ethereum up 5%, Binance Coin up 9%. We have Cardano up 1%, Bitcoin Cash 4%. Like there are many returns, but at the same time, it's always important to set correct stop loss and just be on the lookout. Like if prices go below this area, just sell and wait for a better price. That's all. We're not saying like liquidate and just turn your head. Just liquidate and wait for a better price for entry. Okay. Okay, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Cheers.